everybody, welcome back to Two Guys, their spirit guides, and the fire. Well, so it's me, Teresa. I'm not a guide. Tom kind of moved out for a second, so it's a kind of a moving in thing, and here I am.
Flow,
here with the flow. We're flowing, spiritual flowing. So I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of like the energy of the collective lately, and I know from myself, I was talking to Tiger earlier, how I'm very, very affected by the energies these days. I mean, like, I get up most mornings, I'll do my little writing, then I'll go down to work out, and then all of a sudden, I start feeling like, and comes into my head, I'm gonna get COVID today. COVID, and I'm like, I mean, I take this in for a moment, and I'm like, what is this all about, and where is this coming from? Because this is not me. I am not in that space, but I'm really picking up on all the energies that are swirling around out there. And I'll tell you what, for myself, I honestly pick up on the energies all day long. So I've got to stay cleansed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question about cleansing is my biatch right now. So are you feeling the same way, Tiger?
Yeah, I don't think we can be. I mean, if you're listening to this, you're probably pretty sensitive. And when I say sensitive, I'm not talking about airy-fairy sensitive. I mean, just it's like being around like a wall that's being hit by the sun, and you get your hand close to it, it feels warm, right? That's because you're sensitive to that warmth, right? So being sensitive to just the environment and everything going on, that's pretty normal. That's very normal. It definitely happens to me. I can forget how sensitive I really am, and if I'm not doing my personal cleansing, my personal affirmations, stuff like that, then I'm gonna forget who the hell I am and what I've come to do, kind of thing. I won't even recognize what's me and what's not me. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm kind of getting from you. It's like,
right, for sure.
I'll be caught up in some other concept or some other idea, and I don't even know what's me or not me. And then, the fun meter goes down.
We do not like that.
Yeah.
We want the fun meter to go up.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I have a couple things coming up because as things are starting to open up and relax with all these lockdowns and nonsense, one of the things we talked a little bit about this month and the next coming month. Mm-hmm. One of the highlights that we're doing here shortly is we're utilizing one of the college courses called Concepts of Spiritual Healing. And I'm actually just hosting that for a series of nonprofits that are doing that, and they do these retreats, and they bring in guest hosts and speakers, so I'll be doing that. But the net result here, the big picture that I find with what you're talking about is it's my concepts, it's my ideas, and that is what's going to design whether I'm flowing freely or whether I've got resistance in that flow. And that's where the dis-ease, right? You put the little hyphen between in the word, right? That's where the dis-ease, where I'm not flowing easily, there's no ease in my life. That's where that challenges, that's where those challenges can show up. So instead of having the fun and fulfillment in every situation, I'll find a little block, mm-hmm. right? I mean, that's why we do those profiles and those consultations, so we can identify where those areas that I'm hitting, and then I can do something about it, right? But at the end of the day, it's all about how I feel and think about myself, mm-hmm. and put it into action.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because if we cannot put our spiritual work into action and help us every day we're here to live our lives, I mean, why do it, right? I mean, what's the purpose of being spiritual and working with people spiritually is to help you learn how to work with your guidance, learn how to cleanse, and learn how to really walk and move through your day and not be hooked up on these concepts and energy that's coming at you all the time. Right.
I mean, we all have friends and familiar people, family that we work with. Mm-hmm. And that another perfect example of that is how easily am I moving through all that? The kind of joke about when you get away from something, you start figuring out, oh yeah, what's me and what's not me. And then when you get close, go back to that old environment, it's like, go back to where you grew up, or go back to the the people who you grew up with. You know, it's only a matter of time where all of a sudden you start, feeling challenges from from those old ideas, right? That you may have outgrown already. So how do I feel about myself? What are the thoughts I have? What are the ideas? And so when I outgrow that, if I can outgrow that, which is what life is all about, right? Let's make it practical, right?
Exactly.
You remind me, let's make it practical. It really is all about outgrowing things that no longer fit for me, right? Am I flowing smoothly in my life? And where I'm not, I just need to pay attention. And what am I getting out of that situation? It's the classic reminder of, if I'm suffering, right? If I'm suffering, I must be getting something out of it. You must be getting something out of it if you're suffering, right? Because if it's just suffering for the sake of suffering, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. Why would anybody do it? So I must be getting something. Is it because I'm on a glory trip? I'm get attention that way. Suffering, or I'm a martyr. What is it? So it's just my ideas that I have, and I'm reminded about some of the stuff that you and I were talking about earlier. If I'm already free, if everybody's already free, if the fun meter is set high for me when I come in, then what's the point of suffering, right? I understand that life, there's going to be hit some blocks and challenges, but just this inundation of being suffering from other people and what their worries and what they're guilty about, it's like, well, what's that all about? If we're all already free, what's the point of that? So it's just the only value to suffering is it shows me an area where I need to learn a little bit more.
That makes sense. And so that's concepts of spiritual healing, which is actually happening Saturday, November 28th. Is that?
Yeah, it's happening right around the corner here. It's Saturday for the Americans, and at 5 p.m. Eastern, and it's for the Australians. It's 9 a.m. Sunday, East Coast. So it's a 3-hour little thing hosted by the nonprofits, IPMI, PCCI, and that's Inner Peace Movement International, and Peace Community Church International, and Wayshores Community Fellowship. And it's just going to be 3 hours. It's a real quick thing. It gives you a
Sometimes
snapshot.
I found the quicker ones are so profound.
Yeah.
Like it's a boom, oh wow, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, mini ones are great.
Yeah, and it gives you that taste, and it lets you regroup. I mean, it's going to be over Zoom, so it's going to be that nice little hit, and everybody gets a chance to regroup and so forth.
And how do they find out the link?
You can go to their website. I think it's ipminternational.org or ipmi.com.au. Both of those have it on there, and I think also the PCCIworld.org has it as well. So that's just one thing. The other thing that we're doing, which I think we should share about a little bit before the time's up, is just talking about directing your energy.
Okay, why is that important? I don't know why I'd want to direct my energy. Hello, you want to keep your energy directed.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of important.
Yeah, I mean, in the nucleus, I'm actually going to do a whole full-on course with this. So this is, as things ease up, I'm going to be doing something at the end of December, and on both the western side, probably in Las Vegas, and on the East Coast. So these will be actual things you can attend. And we're going to be utilizing a course called Directing Life Energy Behind Your Goals. And I think one of the powerful things for me is imagine you as energy, you as a consciousness, you as a being, you as your thoughts and feelings. And you're just emanating that all the time, right? So to me, that's kind of like a light. You're just shining a light all the time. Now imagine taking that light and putting it under a beam, like channeling it through those lenses to creating light into a laser, right? Because that's a laser that can cut through anything, really is just light. It's just light that's been focused. And so directing my life energy toward my goals, that is really just taking what we have and the enthusiasm that we have for what we came to do and putting direction behind it, putting focus behind it. And there's a lot of tools that we work with, and Teresa, you're bringing up the whole thing about cleansing. You know, that's a huge tool because it brings me back home. But just to be able to be focused on what I need and what I want is a huge healing. It's a huge thing. Imagine, I mean, Teresa, you're bringing up that you just doing your thing, working out, all of a sudden you start thinking about what other people are thinking.
Right.
You know, it just shifts the energy when I know I've got direction, when I know I've got a purpose. So for me, it has this effect where if I'm working with people who are familiar with me, or working with my kids, or working with friends, working with business colleagues, working with people that aren't so friendly, you know, in life. I meet them on the street or somebody, you know, hey, put your mask on. Whatever it is, if I have that inner direction and I'm clear, then, you know, the fun meter stays up high. And I can just, like as we say in this program, ole, you know, when the energy comes at me that is not something I need to be involved in, it becomes ole, you know, and that becomes the fun in life, right? Otherwise, I'm going to get caught up in everything else.
And not only are you going to have that in Vegas and on the East Coast,
Yep.
but also you're going to be doing it on Zoom. So you're going to offer that on Zoom.
That's right.
And how can they find out about that?
Okay, well, I'm going to get it posted in the next couple of days on wayshorescollege.com. You can go to the events there. We'll also post it on one of the main pages so that you can all get involved. And they're just some very basic prerequisites. You just need to have the orientation profile as a minimum. There's some other ones that are recommended. But it's a very simple program, very simple course. And we're also going to have a chance to regroup with each other and go much deeper because it's actually a weekend program.
Oh, great. Okay. And I would say that none of them are simple. They're packed with some good stuff. Any of the courses that we offer through the Wayshores College are meaty and mighty and amazing. So, you know, the fact that they may only be 3 hours like the first one, or this is a small little, you know, weekend one, oh no. It'll meet you where you're at, and it'll take you to the next place, especially directing your life energy.
Yeah, I mean, it's rich chocolate.
Rich
you know,
chocolate.
Rich chocolate.
Yeah.
It's the real deal. If I were to never see you again, you came to one of these programs and I never see you again, you would have heaps. You would have heaps to go forward with.
Definitely.
There's no question about it.
Yeah. So just wanted to share with you a little bit about those upcoming events and ways that you can find out some, you know, see Tiger in person, or, you know, work with them online and Zoom. So that's good, right?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on and enjoy. My thrust is rallying the forces, and my job is to work myself out of a job, meaning that if I can pass on this information and you take it and you go do something greater with it, then I've done my job.
Okay, so we'll see you guys soon.
See ya!